Yeah, clearly 29 points of that third quarter. Second time na halos namigay ng close to 30 points.
Yun eh, 26-14 in the third. Second quarter, 30-13. And that's been the huge difference in between those two quarters. 56 points combined.
Yes. I like to correct myself. That's only 26 in the third quarter for Ilagan, but still that's a high 20-point output of a quarter, the second in succession para dito sa Ilagan Cowboys. And this has been the thing for the Cagers. They win when they won back then. They were roughly winning, getting what, 84 points per game. And ever since they've started losing, they've been getting an average of 66 points in the games that they lost, and so that's a minus 18 in terms of scoring output. Compound that, they have not been really that good defensively as well in the games that they lost.
No.
They're giving up at least 9 more points for their opponents. Meantime, good action right there between Patrick and J.R. Flores. And so it really has to start on the defensive end and efficiencies on the offensive floor.
This is still manageable if you're Muntinlupa. We've seen comebacks where teams have fallen down by as many as 20 points.
Yeah, you got to keep up the energy.
And fight back in the fourth. Patrick Ramos falls down. He was pushed from behind by Dave Ando. This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And normally you would see a baseline drive with a weak side 45 cut, but this time around, since that secondary defender happens to be big, got drawn into that drive by Patrick Ramos, it was an easy give-up play to J.R. Flores for that finish. Another paint scoring here for the Cagers. Poroy scoring underneath.
Now he's joined by Patrick Ramos in the backcourt for the Cagers with J.R. Flores, Errol Bongay, and Kurt Lohera.
Corner exit for Don.
Mark Dyke traveled. Yeah.
Oh. Did he?
Well, ang interpretasyon was bago niya nilapag yung bola, naiapak niya ulit yung kanyang pivot foot. Zamboanga Sikat, ready to play later on against the Gensan Warriors.
That team, when we covered them against Pangasinan, what a game that was.
Down by 10, no? In regulation, naihabol pa, last 2 minutes.
Bigat nun. And me and Chief Sadelf was actually covering that. And tama yung pagkaka-describe ni Sadelf is that it did not feel like a 10-point game. Parang damot, dikit yung laban, which is, I felt the same way. And then true enough, Zamboanga really just hanging in there. Enough to force that overtime and be really good in OT.
Ron Lastimosa checking in for Kurt Lohera.
Take it. There
Ramos. Miranda clears it. Ajem in transition. Bounce pass to Pingoy.
Nice pass.
Gumaru loves that spot but can't hit it. J-Boy Solis the rebound. Pingoy lets Cantimbuan fly by. Miranda now against Patrick Ramos. Travel, yeah. Parang nangyari kay Mark Dyke kanina.
But I think this one was a clearer travel than the other one with Mark Dyke. Yung kanina kasi feeling ko hindi pa niya wala pa eh.
71-49. Flores, Mark Sarangay. Now it's Lastimosa to Mark. Back to Ron. Open free for Domar. Good screen provided by Flores, but Matiliano can't hit it.
That pass was, I feel, a second later, as Ron did not see him. Ajem going to work.
Spinning off Domar Matiliano for the hoop. And a free throw coming up for Ajem.
Ganda ng energy yung pinapakita ni Agent.
Every game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel for game with 1xBet.
Or you always told that basketball is about not just about pace, but a change of direction. That time, everybody was thinking he was going middle, but spins baseline for that strong finish despite that contact.
Missing on the bonus free throw though. 73-49. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. Flores. Short. Miranda grabs rebound number 5. Olegario, baby, that one. Resulting into a miss. Matillano got blocked. Playboy Solis. And the Cowboys comfortably ahead by 24 points. Matillano to Sarangay. Patrick Ramos returns for the Cagers. Domark puts it on the deck. Balik kay Lastimosa sa ilalim. The cut down low to Jera Flores. Flores 8 points, 5 rebounds. Muntinlupa staring still at a 22-point cushion. Sitting on a zone. Itong Muntinlupa. Olegario swings it to AJ Miranda, puts it on the deck, fires short. Ramirez almost had it. Ball will go back to Muntinlupa. Under 6 minutes left. Mayroon pang oras ang Muntinlupa na makahabol dito. But they need to make their move. Lastimosa to Sarangay. Entry pass, Flores. Too strong. Mark Dyke with rebound number 15. 15 points, 15 rebounds for Mark Dyke. Three-point shot by Ramirez, no. Patrick Ramos. Hindi makawala kay Miranda, but Miranda gave up that foul. And free throws coming up for Patrick Ramos. Ryan Arenal will check in for the Ilagan Isabela 5-star Cowboys.
Boy, that second quarter run where they allowed 30 points for Ilagan, in my opinion, really, starting building up that good momentum for the Ilagan Cowboys, to which much as the Cagers tried to come back off of it in the third quarter, really just Olegario and the other guys, elevating their performance.
Itong free throw na ito ay sa atin na Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Mintis yung pangalawang free throw ni Ramos. Ramirez. Miranda now up top. Swing to Ramirez. Fouled by Lastimosa. Sorry, Coach Mike?
I was gonna say that they just keep getting beat defensively by the offense of and the movement of the Cowboys. You're gonna say, Ken?
Sabihin ko lang, ka-graduate lang yan ni Joshua Ramirez sa Enderan.
Talaga?
Oo. Also shout out to
congratulations.
His better half na nasa PVL na ngayon, si Zen Perolino. I'm sure nanonood siya ngayon. 73-51.
Nice pass.
Jera Flores has provided some lift here in the fourth quarter.
I sure would have loved for Puroy and the Cagers to have shown this energy in the second quarter, especially as they try to, match up the energy of the Ilagan Cowboys.
Si Ramirez na huling nakatukod. Last break of the game brought to you with Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split type air conditioners.
3 white shirts and nobody able to cover J.R. Flores that time, and which is why you saw Coach Mixon Ramos earlier trying to remind everyone about the defensive coverages.
Flores stepping back, probably should have gone in dahil nakawala na siya doon kay J-Boy Solis eh.
And he step back pa eh. No?
Oo.
Minsan may mga force of habit na movement eh, na kahit nandun na yung opening, hindi mo pa rin tinig. See that 3 right here by Ron.
That's a big shot from downtown. Ron Lastimosa, baba sa 17 puntos ang kailangan nilang habulin dito. Under 4 minutes left. Joshua Ramirez to AJ Miranda. Fires a pass to Don Gumaru. Ramirez. 5 seconds on their shot clock. Masyado malakas yung tira ni AJ Miranda. The layup will not work, but Cantimbuan will go to the line for 2 free throws.
See, this sense of urgency right now for the Cagers, if you're a Cagers fan, you know, you would have loved to see this in the second quarter where they gave up so many turnovers and they gave up a lot of live turnovers and scoring para dito sa Ilagan Cowboys. But right now, the effort is there, but this is a huge lead that they gotta catch up to.
73-57. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 2 for 2 at the line. Galing kay Puroy. 73-58.
Now every opportunity that you can, if you gotta run off these Ilagan Cowboys. And every time that you see a chance to score inside in the paint, you gotta go for it. You gotta score real quick. But the thing is, the execution of the Cowboys have not really helped the cause on the times. You see a skip pass beautifully set up. But too strong a shot for Dennis.
Good stop. Muntinlupa. We'll probably see a timeout galing dito sa Ilagan should Muntinlupa score here on the next possession.
Yeah, they still got a couple more timeouts.
Puroy Cantimbuan.
Gotta execute real quick here. You don't have the luxury of time.
Flores skips it to Brian Mendoza. 5 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Mendoza has to make his move. He puts it up. He puts it in.
I felt he had a shot earlier. He already had that, but siguro na miscalculate lang niya yung close out.
Hindi pa nagta-timeout ang Ilagan Isabela dito.
All 3 timeouts intact for the Cowboys. Gotta advance this real quick.
Mendoza.
One more.
Flores. The swing pass. Puroy Cantimbuan forcing himself in. Can't finish. Sarangay got fouled. You love the activity of Mark Sarangay of trying to keep that ball in play.
Yan naman ang hindi mo matatawaran dito kay Mark Sarangay. Every time na tumitira yung mga kampe niya, expect mo siyang unang-unang katawan na nasa loob para sumubok na kumuha ng offensive rebound.
2 big free throws coming up for Mark.
Oh man.
But he has been a poor free throw shooter this season. Ito si Mark Sarangay, only 42%. He does have 9 rebounds.
Missed them both.
Sakit yan.
Oo.
73-60. This is a 9-0 run by the Cagers. Last 2 minutes of the game. But could be perhaps a little bit too late.
Oh.
Libre si Mark Dyke para sa 3. Malakas pa din. Slight opening para sa Muntinlupa. Puroy. Cantimbuan. Tura Flores. Backing down J-Boy Solis. Flores hook shot no. Ball will stay with the Cagers.
And this is Ilagan zone has actually slowed down the offense of the Cagers. All the more that they camp inside, I think all the more that they should look at Brian Mendoza.
Minute and 31 left, 13-point lead. Muntinlupa, mabibigat pa yung mga susunod na kalaban nila against all contenders. Pampanga, Abra, Caloocan, those are three juggernauts in the north. Then they will close it out against Pasilan. That will be a big matchup as well. Play in spot sila pareho sa south, and then they will close out their campaign in the elimination round against the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. One thing working for them though, Coach Mike, is yung mga kadikit nila sa standings like Imus and Sarangani, mabibigat din yung mga natitira nilang laban pa, no? Especially Imus. Lahat yung mga teams, mga at least in play-in position Pasig, Pasilan, Quezon, Pasay at Pangasinan yung natitirang opponents ng Imus Brotherhood.
Agree. Alam mo, even in the previous seasons that we've covered, very similar situations where you look at the remaining games or what have you. Ang palaging discussion dyan is that you don't have control over those things, and so you really just gotta win as many as you can and try and compete. That sure look like off Coco Pinggoy, no? Yeah, that sure look like off Coco Pinggoy.
Yeah, it was pretty clear from that angle. Coach Mark diagramming a play. Minute and 19 left.
Coach Don's also right there.
Possession for Muntinlupa Cagers.
Cagers will take back the possession.
Coach Don should have the best hairstyle of all the coaches.
Talaga?
Tingin ko lang.
Oo nga
Ganda ng
naka-brush up
yan ang mga ina-aspire naming volume Si Delph yun rin ang gusto, volume na lang.
Di ba naka-brush up din yun si boss?
Oo, pero iba yung volume nung kay Don. Coach Don
talaga magandang lalaki yan si Coach Don talaga And shout out to his lovely wife na alam ko Kapampangan yun
Oh yeah?
Oo. O may trabaho sa Kapampangan. Either that or that.
Or taga Pampanga mismo.
Lastimosa got fouled. They will head to the line.
And Ron Lastimosa in this game has provided all that he could. He's got 7 points so far on 2 out of 6 shooting. All of his shot attempts have actually been threes.
Kaya lang mahirap sa Muntinlupa, nabaon sila ng malaki.
Lalo na yung second quarter.
Second, third period. Magkasunod.
Yung third period, I feel is a byproduct of the energy that they provided in the second, to which talaga sinimulan lang ng walang patawad nitong Ilagan. No rest at all in that start of the third quarter, to which the Cagers again were not able to match up against.
But if you're the Cowboys, you would not like how you finish this ball game because they've been scoreless for almost 7 minutes already. Their last basket was at the 6 minute and 54 second mark of the fourth quarter. Since then, 12 to nothing run galing sa Muntinlupa. Kaya nga lang, masyado ng malaki naging lamang ng Ilagan Isabela.
Absolutely. Just 4 points in the fourth quarter after, going close to 30 in the second and the third quarter. This one I'm sure is, if you go quarter by quarter, Coach Louis is going to be on these guys on their performance in the fourth quarter, making shots. But they did have good looks, to which they did not really just make shots. A couple of threes on that left corner that was set up on that ball reversal. One from Dennis Santos, the other one from Mark Dyke. Both shots really sobrang lakas lang. And you got to credit the defense also of the Cagers for making it difficult in the fourth quarter for these Ilagan Cowboys to score as much as they did in the previous 2 quarters.
Muntinlupa using their timeout, down by 14, 75-61. We'll be back after the short break. here inside the Batangas City Coliseum. Our fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the Mpbl. Nababasa mo ba yung sinasabi nila, Coach Mike?
Hindi.
Ha?
Hindi.
Hindi ka magaling sa lip reading, ha?
Pero kung saan sila nakaupo, saan ba nakaupo?
Ay, doon, sa likod ng bench ng Ilagan.
O baka fans ng Cagers yan.
Ay, ng Ilagan. Muntinlupa, tama.
Muntinlupa, yan.
Mali ako, ikaw yung tama.
Okay. So baka go Cagers yung sinisigaw?
Mas ano ka talaga, Coach? Mas observant ka sa akin. Namali ako, kala ko sa Ilagan, sa Muntinlupa pala. Lastimosa Mintes. At bola ay mananatili sa panig ng Munti. Now this is gonna be a tough stretch for the Cagers, Coach Mike. They will fall down to 10 and 13. The teams from behind, Imo, Sarangani, will just be one game behind them for that number 9 spot. Tapos Davao Occidental naman at Cebu, nandyan din. 9 and 15 yung Cebu, 8 and 14. Itong Davao Occidental, magiging matindi rin yung labanan dyan sa 9 and 10 spots in the South Division, Coach Mike.
Yeah, at saka as much as possible, ayaw mong umabot ka dun sa play-in situation. Kasi mas makipot yung dadaanan mong daan eh. But ang reward naman doon, if you get past it and win it all, then you truly are deserving, no? To be crowned the chance. But boy, the tough path to the title when you get into the play-in.
Imagine if you're the Cagers. 3 months ago, you were one of the top teams in the South. You were playing superbly, and all the credit goes to them and that winning run. But boy, it was so much difficulty in the last few months para sa kanila. They fall down to 10 and 13, their 11th straight loss, while Ilagan Isabela Cowboys rebound from that tough defeat against the Abra Solid North Weavers. Well, Mark Dyke had a double-double, but this guy, J.R. Olegario, in the third quarter was huge. That enabled the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys to pull away and really take control of this ball game. Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Well, there were so many guys doing really well. I thought Coco Pingoy did a good game, especially at the start. Pero the consistency of J.R. Olegario, 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting. He was 3 out of 4 from 3. 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, and 1 steal. And the spark that he brought at the start of the third quarter really made it difficult for the Cagers to even come back.
Final score natin, 75-63. Ilagan Isabela winning over Muntinlupa. Let's go courtside to Andrea.
Maraming salamat, Ken. Kasama ko nga ngayon si J.R. Olegario. First of all, congratulations. And J.R., napakaganda ng ginawa mo sa mga minutong binigay sa'yo ni Coach Louie. Pero gusto naming malaman, meron bang sinabi sa'yo during halftime at nung third quarter, tumodo ka?
Una-una, nagpapasalamat po ako sa may Panginoon dahil binigyan niya ako ng lakas na makapaglaro ulit na gantong experience ulit na makabawi ako sa team namin.
And also, JR, napansin nga namin na noong start ng game, medyo parang nahihirapan kayo. Ano ba yung naging problema and how did you guys address it? Medyo nahihirapan kayo during the start of the ball game. Paano nyo na-address yun?
Ngayon, sabi lang ni coach namin na kung hindi namin masunod yung sistema, gamitin namin yung iba naming sistema na play namin ulit na paulit-ulitin lang namin hanggang sa mapagod yung kalaban.